Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, my name is Samantha, and I am the on-site health coach for MNPS and Cigna. Today, we're going to talk about stress management and how to stress less. Let's get started. So here is the breakdown of what we're going to talk about today. We experience stress in both our personal and professional lives, and it's important to understand stress and how to manage it. So what it shows is we're first going to talk about what is stress, then common stressors that we all deal with, the stress response, whether it's psychological or physical, symptoms of stress, health problems due to chronic stress, and then stress fighting strategies. So what do you think when you hear the word stress? Stress is how the brain and body respond to any demand. Every type of demand, such as exercise, work, school, major life changes, or traumatic events, can all be stressful. It's important to remember that you can control stress because stress comes from how you actually respond to life's demands. I know this sounds weird, but stress isn't all bad. A little bit of stress can actually help motivate us to perform at a higher level and reach our goals and achieve success. Our body's stress response can even be life-saving. For instance, our brain uses more oxygen, which increases our activity, which then helps us think quicker. Health problems can also occur if stress response goes on for too long or becomes chronic, such as when the source of stress is constant or if the response continues after the danger has subsided. With chronic stress, those same life-saving responses in your body can suppress your immune system, your digestive system, your sleep patterns and routine, and your reproductive systems. And honestly, it can actually make them stop working completely or just not working normally. The biggest thing to take away is balance is key. We thrive when we are in a balanced state, not too much stress where it impacts our health, but enough to keep us motivated to reach our goals. So what causes you the most stress? Some examples are on the board that a lot of people deal with on a day-to-day basis. These are more generic stressors, but for instance, more specific would be, in terms of relationships, divorce, or even getting married. Sometimes merging and figuring out things can be stressful. Loss of a job, adoption can be stressful. Increase in financial obligations. Another one would be starting a new job. Sometimes even positive things in our lives can create stress for us. So the fight or flight response. So during the stress response, our bodies experience a number of physical changes. You may be familiar with this fight or flight stress response. It's when the chemical reaction in our body happens that allows you to act in a way to prevent injury. So during this stress response, your heart rate increases, your breathing quickens, your muscles tighten, and blood pressure rises. It's actually how we protect ourselves. So how do you all experience stress? What kind of physical features or symptoms do you guys experience when you're stressed? I know personally, I just get very tense. Physically, I have difficulty sleeping. So here on the board, as you can see, are some examples of what people experience. And if stress is not effectively dealt with or is repeatedly experienced, these symptoms can occur quite often. So first, anger and irritability or feeling overwhelmed, muscle tension, like I said, I go through, neck, jaw, or shoulders, upset stomach or digestive issues. You can have diarrhea, heartburn, indigestion. How about low energy and difficulty sleeping? and frequent colds, infections, also headaches and migraines. Our immune system goes down when we're stressed, so that's why we are more susceptible to getting ill. So health problems can occur if the stress response goes on for too long or becomes chronic, such as when the source of stress is constant or if the response continues after the damage has subsided. Your body waits for the stress to go away, and during this time, attempts to conserve energy by suppressing immune, digestive, sleep, and reproductive systems, which may cause them to stop working normally. Over time, strain on your body from routine stress may contribute to serious health problems such as heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, depression, or anxiety. On the screen, as you can see, it is a glass of water or any kind of drink that you want to think of. So what does this picture make you think of? Do you think half empty, half full, optimistic, or pessimistic? How are you feeling? I know sometimes I look at it as a half empty, which makes me realize that, we have to start thinking more positively. Now, as you think of this water, how much do you think this glass of water actually weighs? What if I were to hold it for an entire hour? Would my hand or arm get tired? What if I were to continue to hold this glass of water for the rest of the day without putting it down? Would it begin to feel heavier? Now, think about what if I were to hold the same glass of water in the same way all week long? My hand, arm, and shoulder would probably give out to the perceived heaviness of the glass. So the actual weight of the glass of water doesn't matter. What matters is the length of time I hold on to it. That's what will make a difference in my perception of its weight. And why I bring this up is because stress acts the exact same way on our bodies. The weight or level of challenge is not as significant as compared to how long you hold on to it. So to summarize what we've talked about stress and what you've learned so far is, first, not all stress is bad. 2, stress affects everyone in different ways. 3, we know that long-term stress can harm our health. But the good news is there are many ways to effectively manage stress, and we are now going to focus it on the next slide. So there are many ways to fight stress. Here are a few that we will be talking about today in greater detail. Talk about it. Exercise. Get enough sleep. Eating healthy. Don't be too serious. Focus on what you can control. Talking to your provider. Practicing gratitude and compassion. Positive self-talk. And breathing exercises. So first, talking about it. When we experience stress, a support system can be critical. People who have strong network of family and friends manage stress better. If you need help, ask for it. Make sure you put time and effort into building and nurturing relationships. Take the initiative to schedule get-togethers on the calendar. Honor these commitments as you would any other appointment. Grab lunch with a coworker. Also, social networking and or texting may actually keep us connected, but honestly, try picking up the phone and calling friends and family. If you really feel like you can't talk about it, you can always try writing down your thoughts. Writing can be a great way to process your feelings. So regular activity can improve quality of life and relieve stress, tension, anxiety, and depression. You may notice a feel-good sensation immediately following your workout, which comes from chemicals called endorphins that your body releases during exercise. Now, if you are stressed, it's unlikely your first thought will be, I should exercise, especially if you feel like you don't have time. But the truth is, when you don't have time to exercise, that's probably when you need it the most. So make an effort to exercise for 10 minutes, and if you don't feel like continuing after 10 minutes, just stop. Most people find when they give it 10 minutes, they'll continue exercising and actually finish a full workout. So benefits of physical activity. First, it can relieve your stress and calm you. It can improve your mood and help you think clearly. If you're trying to quit cigarettes or some other addiction, it can help keep your mind off of it. It can help control your appetite and help you lose weight if you're overweight or wanting to lose weight, or it can just keep you at a healthy weight. It can give you more energy and stamina. It can lower your blood pressure and increase your good cholesterol levels, which are called your HDL. With that being said, it can reduce your risk of developing heart disease and stroke. Physical activity can also help control your blood sugar by improving how your body uses insulin. And also with stress, a lot of times we have difficulty sleeping, but actually physical activity can help increase your quality of sleep. And overall, physical activity can help you feel better about how you look and feel. So getting enough sleep. So I'm going to ask you a few poll questions about your sleep habits, and then we'll get into how we can improve it. So have you ever fallen asleep with your phone in your hand? I know I have. Do you reach for your phone the moment you wake up? I know a lot of us use our phones for alarms, but when you do wake up, do you look at your phone after turning off your alarm? Do you check work emails outside of work hours? And have you woken up to check a notification on your phone? So getting enough sleep can help you feel less cranky and overwhelmed and more productive and creative. Sleep allows you to turn off your brain and give you time to recharge. Sleep also helps you cope with pressure, but too much pressure or stress can actually impair your ability to sleep. Sleep difficulties come in many forms, from having trouble getting to sleep and staying asleep to problems with waking up too early. Lack of good sleep puts our body off balance and can influence eating habits, mood, memory, our internal organs, and more. Sleep experts suggest aiming for about 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. So here are some tips for you to get a better night's sleep. First, charge your device as far away from your bed as possible. This will prevent you from looking at your phone when you should actually be looking at the back of your eyelids. Next, you can set an alarm to tell you it's time to go to bed. The best sleep requires a set bedtime and routine. Try turning off sound notifications on your phone, or use the Do Not Disturb function to block all notifications during sleep hours. Avoid bright screens at bedtime. Staring into the bright light of your phone may mess with your circadian rhythm and your melatonin production. Try prepping for tomorrow before you go to bed. A restless mind is not a restful mind. Dwelling about tomorrow will not help you sleep. Try to leave time before you go to bed to prepare for the next day, so you don't go to bed thinking about everything you have to do in the morning. And lastly, try reading before bed. Reading is a great way to relax the brain and mind. A good work of fiction can distract you from your stressors. So the bright lights from screens like TVs or smartphones can actually affect your sleep, so try going old school with a paperback. Something else to think in mind There are sleep disorders such as sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome that can prevent people from getting a restful night's sleep. If you are experiencing any of these two or any other sleep disorder, please contact your provider. So eating healthy. A common response to stress is to turn to caffeine, comfort food, fast food, or alcohol to help us cope. Unfortunately, if we don't fuel our body with the nutrients we need, we just make matters worse. Try and limit refined foods and excess sugar, as they typically cause blood sugar highs and lows, which can lead to cravings. Refined foods include white bread, desserts, and baked goods. Next, try eating nutrient-rich foods and go for complex carbohydrates that help increase serotonin levels in the brain. Think whole grain bread, oatmeal, lentils, beans, fruits, and vegetables. So when you crave something crunchy, try to go for a crisp veggie. And if you need something to satisfy your sweet tooth, grab a piece of fruit. Eat little and often. Eating at regular intervals will help maintain blood sugars. Start your day with a healthy breakfast, and don't be afraid to have healthy snacks between meals if you're hungry. Some good snacks that are easy to bring with you are nuts, seeds, whole grain crackers with hummus. Try fruits and veggies. Next, try to get enough essential fatty acids. So omega-3 fatty acids are found in fish like salmon and tuna and are good for brain health and can prevent surges in stress hormones. As always, stay hydrated. Dehydration can cause tiredness, headaches, irritability, and decreased concentration levels. And next, what I'm going to say might surprise you all, but try to cut the caffeine. We often reach for that extra cup of joe when stressed, but too much caffeine can make you feel anxious and can also prevent you from getting good sleep at night. Caffeine can also reduce your blood sugar levels, which may contribute to you feeling even more stressed. Aside from coffee, caffeine may be found in chocolate, tea, soda, and some headache and migraine medications. Next, try not to be too serious. It's actually science. Laughing causes our bodies to release the all-important endorphins, which help us feel better. To bring more smiles to your face, seek the company of upbeat people. You can read the funnies in the newspaper or gather with friends and family to watch some great comedies. Laughter also appears to change brain chemistry and may boost the immune system. So ways to laugh other than just watching comedies, try to plan fun activities and put them on the calendar like you would any other obligation. Find a hobby you enjoy, whether it's reading, writing, playing an instrument, or even a sport. Do more of what makes you happy. And most importantly, cut yourself some slack. Everyone makes mistakes, so try not to take life too seriously. Sometimes we get caught up with the things we can't control. Turn your attention to what you can control or influence. Some things that are under your control may include time management, organization, routine, thoughts, plan for the unexpected, and emotions. First, let's talk about time management. Avoid perfectionism and learn to delegate work and/or authority to others. Remember, perfectionism equals procrastination. Spending too much time on something that doesn't need to be perfect is delaying work on other things. Prioritize tasks. Make the most of your calendar and to-do list, and set aside specific times during the day to respond to phone and email messages. Good time management equals good stress management. Next is organization. How organized are you at home or at work? Try to clear away the clutter. Have your list of daily priorities ready to go. Third, routine. What can you control about your day? I know we can't always control about the events that happen, but think about things like when do you go to sleep and when do you wake up? Next, thoughts. Keep worry to a minimum. There's a saying, worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. The next is very important. Try to plan for the unexpected. Being prepared and allowing some buffer time during your day will go a long way towards reducing your stress level. Many people pack their days so full of activities that a single interruption throws the rest of their day off. For each scheduled task, allow a little time for unexpected delays. Emotions. Take responsibility for and managing your emotions, thoughts, and feelings. This can help you alleviate stress. Look at stressful situations with your desired outcome in mind and adjust your emotions and make your choices that are aligned with the outcome. Choose to respond instead of react. So talking to your doctor is very important, especially if you have been struggling to manage your stress for a long period of time. Make sure you call your doctor if you have thoughts of self-harm, feeling overwhelmed, need support during a crisis, cannot cope, or you start to use drugs or alcohol as ways to manage stress. Some other great resources that people don't always think of is your healthcare plan. Whether you have Cigna benefits or not, Cigna offers crisis support 24/7 for anyone who needs it. Healthcare insurance companies offer many great free resources that most people don't even know. To find out what might be available to you, call the number on the back of your insurance card. Or you can always talk with me and I can help you out. Next, the National Institute of Mental Health has great resources and their website can help you find the help you need. The last resource would be the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress, prevention, and crisis resources for you and your loved ones. This line is staffed with trained crisis workers. So practicing gratitude and compassion. There are two very powerful approaches you can use to lead to a healthier and happier life. First, being thankful. This is the gratitude. And next, recognizing that everyone struggles. That's the compassion. Practicing gratitude and compassion can help your body release more feel-good hormones and fewer stress hormones. So here are some ideas that you might want to try. Try making a list. Who or what are you thankful for? Write it down. Try writing down 3 things you are grateful each day for a month. Try finding the positives in the negative. Recognize mistakes as opportunities and find the silver lining. How about plan a random act of kindness? Do something kind for no reason at all. Compliment someone. Buy a coworker a cup of coffee. Send a nice note to a friend. You can even volunteer to help someone in need. And lastly, accept what is not perfect in yourself or someone else. Remember, we are all human. Another strategy would be positive self-talk. Your brain is powerful. What you think affects how you feel, what you do, and how happy you are. So if you tell yourself that your life is overwhelming, it's more likely that you'll feel that way. And if you tell yourself you can do something, you're a lot more likely to be able to do it. The positive self-talk can help you calm down and control stress. With practice, you can learn to shift negative thoughts to positive ones. Here are some examples. The first, saying I can't do this. Turning it into a positive would be, I'll do the best I can, I've got this. Everything's going wrong. A positive, I can handle this if I can take one step at a time. Next, I hate it when this happens. A positive, I know how to deal with this. I've done this before. I feel helpless and alone. A positive, I can reach out and get help if I need it. I can't believe I screwed up. To be positive, I'm human and we all make mistakes. I can fix it. So changing how you think and act can actually rewire your brain. So, is anyone willing to share an example of a negative self-talk? So, you can actually start practicing this at any time and anywhere, in your car, at your desk, before you go to bed, or whenever you notice negative thoughts. It's a great way to practice with children too. Get them starting thinking positively now rather than later. So remember to breathe. Have you ever noticed how you breathe when you feel relaxed? The next time you are relaxed, take a moment to notice how your body feels. Or think about how you breathe when you first wake up in the morning or just before you fall asleep. Breathing exercises can help you relax because they make your body feel like it does when it's relaxed. So deep breathing is one of the best ways to lower stress in your body. This is because when you breathe deeply, it sends a message to your brain to calm down. The brain then sends this message to your body. Those things that happen when you are stressed, such as increased heart rate, fast breathing, and high blood pressure, all decrease when you breathe deeply to relax. Breathing exercises are a good way to relieve stress and reduce tension. They are easy to learn and you can do them anytime and anywhere. One of the most simple breathing exercises is belly breathing. So let's try doing this together. Sit or lie flat in a comfortable position. Put one hand on your belly, just below your ribs, and the other hand on your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let your belly push your hand out. Your chest should not move. Then breathe out through pursed lips, just as if you were whistling. Feel your hand on your belly go in and use it to push all the air out. Try doing this 3 to 10 times and take your time with each breath. Afterwards, notice how you feel. We've covered a number of stress fighting strategies today. You don't have to make multiple changes all at once. Start small, and once you've established a new routine, try adding a little something more. So goals can be powerful tools to support you through the process of change and keep you focused on your desired outcome. A goal should be meaningful to you. Consider using the SMART goal method. The SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So we'll start with S, specific. What is it exactly that you want to achieve? Having a clearly defined goal can help you identify the smaller steps needed to reach it. If your goal is too general, it'll be too difficult for you to know when you actually accomplish something. Okay, I apologize. Now we're going to talk about M, which is measurable. Set up ways to measure your progress to reach your goal. One way is to break down your goals into small steps and set a target date for accomplishing each one. A for attainable. Any goal you set needs to be within your reach. What are the different ways you can reach your goal? Realistic. How likely are you to achieve your goal? If the answer is it's going to be nearly impossible, You may need to adjust it to make it more realistic. And lastly, timely. When do you want to reach your goal? Putting an endpoint on your goal gives you a clear target to work towards. I want to thank you all for your time today. Remember to be patient with yourself. Change takes time. You can control your behavior, but you can't always control the outcome. Remind yourself why you are making changes and make sure to write them down and your goals and keep them within sight. Here are some resources to help you on your journey to better managing stress. There are also handy apps available online to help you reach your health and wellness goals. If you have any questions about this webinar or are interested in health coaching with me, please email me at samantha.simpson@cigna.com or call me at 703-718-1576.